My name is Dr. Marlene Berghammer, and I'm the president of the Linden Board of Education. I have been on the board for 3.5 years, and I have been the president of the board for 2 years. This is supposed to be my last year on the board, but I am running for re-election. And the reason why I'm running for re-election is because there is so much still need to get done. I am really, I want to see our test scores continue to improve. We have a lot of initiatives that we have put in place, or we continue to put in place to move our school district forward, and I am hopeful. Well, I am serving in the district, the Linden Board of Education, for the last 3.5 years. I was not elected. My first opportunity to be in the district, I was appointed and not elected. But I tried. I went up for office and I tried to be elected, and I wasn't elected. And I was very, very disappointed when the people of Linden didn't vote for me. But I was new to the district, so I understand. In communities, Linden is like a bedroom community. Everybody know everybody. And for someone like me to come in and expect that I will get elected just like that, I was not, because I was not part of the community. Now I am part of the community after being here over 12 years. So I wasn't elected, and when I was asked to apply for the position of board member, I was very excited, because I believed that it's a terrible thing for someone who could actually make a positive contribution to sit by and do nothing. And that's why I'm here. The teachers have a lot of challenges. I could only imagine what it's like to be a teacher. Sitting in a classroom where half of your students is from different countries, half of them have different cultures, half of them can't even speak English. It is very, very challenging for every student, every teacher. But we have to always be working and finding solutions to these challenges, making the job of a teacher more joyful. All right? No teacher should have to go into a class being stressed because they have 12 students or 14 students, and each one of them speak a different language. So as they speak a different language, they receive differently. I think one of the classes, we have teachers orientation all the time before new teachers start. We have to take a look at how teachers are oriented and whether or not their orientation works, in the sense that whether you speak English, whether you speak French, whether you speak Spanish, you all receive the same way. You all use the same devices to learn, to receive information. You're just receiving it in a different language. So we have to be able to understand how our students learn and teach to the way they learn. People learn by seeing, people learn by smelling, people learn by tasting, people learn by well, I said seeing already, people learn by touching. But some people, then you have to take it a step further. Some students are easily distracted. So a student that is easily distracted cannot learn by using just one of their learning devices. They have to use multiple learning devices because they're easily distracted. So you as a educator have to understand firstly how a student receive information, how they process that information, and how they store that information. The brain is like a computer. There is short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory is not stored. If it is not stored, it can disappear easily. So you have to know how each student learn, teach them how to store it so that when they need it, they can retrieve it on command. There is two ways you could look at an object: from the inside looking out and from the outside looking in. The problem, I worked in for-profit higher education for many years. And working in for-profit higher education for many years, I understand that our process was simply this. We looked at what we were trying to accomplish. This is what we are trying to accomplish. And we build our process based on what we were trying to accomplish. So we started with the outcome and we built everything around the outcome. In public education, it is built, they focus on the process and not on the outcome, which simply means a teacher will get a good evaluation if they follow the process, even though their students are failing. No, I can't understand that. I cannot understand that. And you know what? Nobody in the world does. No parent understands it. No community member would understand that teachers are getting good evaluation, but the school is failing. Nobody could. So the question is, how do we connect the process with the outcome so that everyone is pleased? And I know the answer. The answer is there's a disconnect between the process and the outcome. There is a disconnect. We have to figure out how to mend it so there is no disconnect. But you are here for one reason and one reason only. And that is to take care of our customers. Who are our customers? The students. So if the students are failing, then we are failing. We need to strengthen our weaknesses. I believe one of the weaknesses we have is that every principal need to be the CEO of their school. Every principal should have their own strategic plan for their school. And their strategic plan should be a 3 to 5 year plan. They should all have an elevator speech for 3 minutes. Anytime you ask a principal, how is your school going? They should be able to talk to you in 3 minutes as to exactly what's going on in the school. The way that is accomplished is that each principal should be working on what's called their SWOT analysis. Each principal should have a SWOT analysis for their school, which identifies the school's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And they need to be able to be building on their strengths, but focusing on their weaknesses. Because you are as strong as your weak link. So build on your strength, focus on your weaknesses, take advantage of your opportunities, and eliminate your threats. Every principal should do that. All right? So when you're working on that, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, there's a lot to work with. So you know when you meet with your superintendent and you're working on your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, you're building your school. If you're not working on that, you're not building your school. You're just doing time. We have to be very, very we have to be very, very concerned as to whether or not we are doing time or we working. I'm older and I know what it's like to do time. Doing time simply is, let's assume that I am 2 years 2 years to retirement. Am I working or am I just doing time? Because I know I'm going to be retiring in 2 years. Well, another thing that we have also done is that we have also reintroduced our night school, our afternoon school, because we believe that parents need to learn to speak English. Parents need to get help with their GED. So we have a high school there. We have all these schools there that could be used to help our parents as well. We have a very diversified population. We have about 6,500 students that attend those schools. Of the 6,500, approximately 1,100 are multilingual. Simply means English is their second language. Then we have another almost 1,000 that are special needs. And then the rest are still diversified, which simply means Blacks, Hispanic, whites, Asian, all different. We are, as we would say, Trinidad, we are like a country all of its own, where we have everything in this small city. And so we have to be able to cater for the whole city with the programs and whatever we decide to introduce. When we introduce anything, it's supposed to be, we should be looking at a holistic approach in order to help grow our city and move our city forward. The virtual yearbook was very important. And the reason why the virtual yearbook was and is very important is because most of our students, the cost of the book is way over $150. And a lot of our students have their parents and family members that still live in different countries in the world. And to have a virtual yearbook, all they basically now need to do is to go on YouTube and download the virtual yearbook, and they could actually see their son, their daughter, their sisters, brothers, or family member on YouTube without having to pay any money for it. So you always have it with you to prove that you graduated high school. One of the things that I would like to get introduced this year is I would like, because of our diversified population, one of the things I think we need in our school district at this moment is we need tutors. We need a lot of tutors. But again, we do not want our tutors to be a burden to our district financially. Our population, we have a lot of students from different countries. And we do not have teachers that could serve these students from the populations we have. One of the things I would like is that I would like to see tutors from different countries. For example, I'm from Trinidad, and we have students that go to school in Trinidad. Why can't we have trained teachers in Trinidad doing tutoring? Why don't we have trained teachers in DR doing tutoring? Or in China, because this is our population. And if we have tutors in different countries, that means the parents could help do homework with your kids, because the kids are being taught in their language. So now the parents now can actually help their students do their homework, because we have tutors in all these different countries tutoring our students
virtually.
Yes. Again, the key is 1-on-1 will make 2, but how will we get to 2 is what's important. I have never worked in other districts, so I can't compare to what other districts do. And if I do that, I'll be lying. But we have a mayor who really, really cares about the school district. Sometimes he may even care too much, but could somebody actually care too much? You understand? That's the question you ask. But really cares about the district. And he's always asking questions. And there is nothing that I ask him for that he doesn't give the district. For example, I told him I want to be able to utilize the Channel 36 to do more programming for the school district so parents and the community could see what's going on in our school. He says yes. So when you have someone who, when you ask them for help, they don't ask you for what. They ask you how much help do you need. That is what you need in a district and a community. If you ask a teacher, do you need help? They don't ask you what for, how much help you need. The superintendent, do you need help? Not what for, how much help you need. This is a good start. This is where we need to be right now. Not what for, but how much. I ask you for help. As long as it's like good help, not what for, how much do you need? As a nation, as a school district, there's a lot going on. You know, I never thought that in my lifetime I would be saying that there is a war going on. This is a war. This is war. And our students, because of the internet, they see what's going on. They see it on the news. They're always on their cell phones. So we cannot say they are not aware of what's going on in our country and what's going on in the world. What I would tell our parents, the time, do not lose your children to the internet. Do not lose your children to TikTok. Do not lose your children to all the stuff that's going on the television. Fathers, you have to lead from in front. Let your children see you. It is time you get to know them again and let them get to know you. When it comes to education, be involved. Take time to do their homework with them. Listen, I know that I am conscious of the fact that in a day, the teachers do spend more time with your children than you do, because of the fact they get up 7 o'clock in the morning and they are in school from 7 o'clock till 4 o'clock. You are in work from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So when you come home, you have to prepare dinner, and you have to, and then you have to get ready for the next day. But find time in each and every day to talk to your children, do homework with them, ask them how was their day, ask them what's going on. But most of all, if you see something, say something.
Beautiful.
Another achievement we have had is what's called It Takes a Village Award. The reason why I believe that this award was very, very important is because the school district has a budget of well over $180 million that it takes to run our school district. Of that $180 million, real estate taxes pays $90 million of that $180 million. And I believe because I am a homeowner, I contribute to this school district. And I believe that because we all are part of the growth and the financial support of the school district, I believe that we as a community should be working together to make sure that each student succeeds. The police department, look how important the police department is. If a student gets hurt, we expect that police department to be there in minutes. If a school is on fire, we expect the fire department to be there in a minute. If there is any problems with the school system, we expect parents and teachers, everybody to be on board immediately. If one student hurt, we all hurt. If a student dies, we all cry. So as a village, as a community, we should be all doing everything in our power to make every student successful. We cannot be a good community if we all function in a silo.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.